Hey everybody, welcome to the Stuff I Never Knew Trivia Game Show podcast. I've got three great guests tonight, Zabe, Robert, and Keith, joining me on the Armstrong Neighborhood channel. Let's hear that theme music.
That is correct. You are correct. You are wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. You are right. That is correct.
All right, we are in round one, and as you know on this show, we get right into it. Earthworms or chemicals found in makeup, or both. Could these earthworms be chemicals found in makeup? You'll never know until we get through them. Zabe, you are up first. Ultramarine. Is ultramarine a type of earthworm or a chemical found in makeup, or both?
I'm wearing a little bit on my face right now. It's a piece of makeup.
Makeup
Chemical.
is correct. It'd been embarrassing if it was a worm and you were wearing that on your face. Over to Robert. Prussian blue. Are you wearing Prussian blue?
Ooh, that's tricky. That could go either way.
Or it could
Sounds
be
like
both.
The parrot sketch in Monty Python. Or it could be one of those other two things, since that's not a category. I'm going to go with earthworm.
Earthworm is correct. It is makeup.
I don't even care if I'm right. I'm going to go with earthworm.
They're going to ride it the whole way through the round.
Oh, well.
All right, here we go. Ben Hominine. I can't even say it. So Ben Ham and an A. Ben Ham and A.
I'm going to go out and say that is a type of worm.
Earthworm from Ethiopia is correct.
Of course. I was thinking Kenya, but you know.
You get a bonus point for the location. It's back up to Zabe. A muscovite. Is a muscovite an earthworm, a makeup chemical, or both?
Let's go with earthworm on this one. That sounds very earthwormy to me.
Very earthwormy is incorrect. It's white mica, the great white mica. You may have heard his other nickname. Over to Robert. Paraben. Is paraben a worm from the earth, or up from the make, or both? I tried on that one.
And I'm off to such a great start, too. I'm going to stick with earthworm.
Earthworm for the point is incorrect. It's a waxy preservative used in makeup.
Come
All
on,
right.
Robert. You
I
didn't know
don't
that one? Come
Keith
on.
gets all the ones I can't pronounce. Keith, Almaday.
Oh, Amadei.
Rock me Almadeus.
Please tell me of that drop.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with earthworm.
Earthworm. Location for a bonus point?
Southern Kenya.
Southern Kenya. I don't know. Well,
I got the
earthworm is
South.
correct, but Africa is somewhere there. We'll give you a bonus point. Producer, he'll make there'll be an asterisk in the historical record. All right, Zabe. Now you get one I can't pronounce. Lubricidae. 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 Here's a story of a lubricidae. I was going off your background.
Only question is it both? That's the only question I have. Because it's clearly makeup, but is it both? That's the question I have. I'm just going to stick with makeup.
Makeup and the location?
I can't say it on this show. It's a very
Never
sensitive
mind.
area.
Yeah.
It's not family friendly, so
Makeup is incorrect. It was an earthworm. All right, here we go. Last one to Robert. Coal tar. Is coal tar a type of earthworm, a type of makeup, or both?
I think it's makeup. I think the Egyptians used to use this. I think it's makeup.
Wow, very specific. You gave me a location. I can't confirm the location, but coal tar is a coloring agent in makeup. Very nice, Robert. And I thought you were going to use earthworm the whole way through. You really switched it up.
Yeah, I decided to be right.
That's it. You changed it up. And in true form, to Keith, Haplotaxidae.
With apologies to our sponsor, L'Oreal, I'm going to say this is an earthworm.
Earthworm is correct. Nobody fell for my trap, which was both. Hopefully they don't use earthworms in makeup. Let's go to that scoreboard. We have a very close game for second place. Zabe and Robert tied with 1 point. Keith with the odd score and the first ever 4-point round one. It's never happened before in the history of the show. Keith, you get a little bonus. You get to pick the order. Do you want to keep it the same or change it up?
I'm actually going to keep it the same because that's what I would have suggested if it weren't in this order. So sounds good to me. Keep it the same. You came
to the show with a strategy. That's going to move Zabe to the hot seat. Zabe, how are things been since the last time we saw you?
About the same.
Yeah. Very nice. How can people catch your show and listen and watch and do all the things?
Well, my show is called Who Will Save Generation X Trivia Game Show. It is a podcast dedicated to remembering, celebrating, and preserving all the wonderful qualities of Generation X through games, trivia, and friends. I've got two of my buddies on the show with me right now. Each regular episode, we have two contestants compete for ultimate slacker prizes, and in the process, listeners are sure to get a nice dose of nostalgia and maybe a few laughs along the way. The prizes are all nostalgic stuff I put on my eBay watch list, and I place bids on the item chosen on the winner's behalf until I'm the high bidder. If that bid holds up until the end of the auction, then I buy that item for the winner. It's a lot of fun. We put some really kooky, weird stuff in there, and it's a good time.
Very good. It's a great show. Who Will Save Generation X? Active on Facebook. There's a website, and you can find the podcast in your feeds. Go ahead.
Or you can just go to whowillsavegenx.com.
That's the way. We'll have that link in the show notes. Zabe, are you ready for the hot seat?
Yes, I am, Jeff. See if I can lose 3 times on your show.
That's a three-peat. And in this round, each of my contestants are going to get questions from these 3 categories. 90s movies. I want to go to Hawaii, and that happened in June. Your first question is a multiple choice question for a 90s movie. In the 1993 sci-fi film Demolition Man, starring Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes, what is the only restaurant in existence? Is it, multiple choice, Cyber King, Stardust, Taco Bell, or Pizza Hut, or both?
The only one or all 4? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah.
I have never seen Demolition Man. I kind of tapped out on Sylvester Stallone movies once Stop or My Mom Will Shoot came out. So I kind of boycotted. You kind of jumped the shark for me. Anyways, I've never seen this movie. But if there were going to be only one restaurant to exist in the future, I would hope it would be Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is correct. It is Taco Bell for the point. Your I want to go to Hawaii question. What category of business is the number one moneymaker for Hawaii?
Category of business? Does tourism count as a category of business?
That is an example of a category. Is that your answer?
I mean, that's probably the obvious one. So
I'll go with tourism. Tourism is correct. It is tourism.
Word.
And that happened in June. In June of 2001, what make of car named after a U.S. colony was discontinued?
June 2001, make of car.
U.S. colony.
We don't have a manufacturer of that car, do we?
That would be, too much of a clue. I mean, how many are there? In 2001, there weren't that many car makers.
U.S. colony. I couldn't even begin to guess.
3 seconds on the clock. Just to build pressure and suspense for the audience.
The famous car, the Massachusetts.
You're so close.
Toyota, Massachusetts.
It's the old Plymouth. The Plymouth went out of business.
I feel like such an idiot right now.
Oh,
Of course, it's
well.
Plymouth.
Plymouth. Well, in this last question worth 5 points, I'm going to give you a name 5 question. There's going to be a question where you have to put 5 things into the category. For example, I might say, name 5 spices in your spice cabinet. And I'll put 10 seconds on the clock. You'll have 10 seconds to put those spices back in your cabinet because I already went over and I removed them. So you have to figure out which 5. But in this case, Zabe, name 5 hamburger toppings and go.
Ketchup, mustard, pickles, relish. A sesame seed bun goes on top of a burger. Mayo, a fried egg. You could put anything on it.
Anything
Burger.
is acceptable, and that counts. You got all 5. I take 5. You ran the board, everything but Plymouth got you. Massachusetts. We're going to move Robert to the hot seat. Robert, welcome to the show. How are things going?
Doing all right. Glad to have a chance to come do this instead of spending a night at work, especially since the power's out again. So nobody's escaping any rooms tonight at my job. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what you do. Can people connect with you and learn more about Robert?
Not really. I don't do much. Right now, I am a professional escape room game master. That is what I do. I sit on the other end of a radio and give you hints if you have no idea what you're doing in one of our rooms. So it is a fun job. I really do enjoy it an awful lot. Other than that, I spend a lot of time on Zabe's podcast doing various duties. So
He put you to work.
That's what I do. I have nothing to promote, so I will also promote Zabe's show because I love it so much. Yeah.
Robert is a fan favorite on the Who Will Save Generation X podcast. It's totally true.
I know Robert is my fan favorite as well on the
My
Who Will Save
three
Generation
fans
podcast.
love me.
Links in the show notes. Robert, are you ready for the hot seat? Here we go.
Let's do it.
The line, "It means buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye," was said in which movie? And this is also a multiple choice. Was it Speed, The Matrix, Back to the Future 2, or The Core?
I remember going to see this movie, not really knowing what it was about because they weren't saying anything, and I was just trying to get away from my ex-girlfriend who was annoying me, so I went to the theater and was shown this beautiful, beautiful thing. That is The Matrix.
The Matrix is correct. And I had the same exact experience. I went at like 10 a.m. and I didn't know what it was. And I walked out. I was the only person in the movie theater. And my mind was shattered because I couldn't comprehend. I was like, what's happening? What is The Matrix? That's right. All right. Your Hawaii question. Hawaii is the only U.S. state to grow what drinkable crop? Not multiple choice.
Would that be coconuts?
Coconuts. Incorrect. We're looking for
Still
coffee. Coffee.
Oh,
And I think I'm missing a question. Let's see. Hold on a second.
so I can just give any answer now, or
Yeah. All right, Robert. What is the answer to this question?
the Council of Trent.
Council of Trent is correct. Correct. Producers, that's correct. All right, Robert.
I knew it. I knew it.
I'm going to give you a name 5 bonus question. There's 5 points up for grabs here. Robert, name 5 excuses for not turning in your homework and go.
I fell asleep. My dog ate it. I didn't have time. My parents dragged me out. My paper was on fire.
I think there's a little bit of delay happening. I think you got 5 in before you actually heard the buzzer.
I got 6 out of that.
Yeah. Okay. I think the contestants agree. Zabe and Keith both think there's a little bit of a delay. I believe you did get all. Yeah, everyone's saying yes. There's a little bit of a delay. Let's go to Keith. Keith, welcome to the show.
Hi.
I'm watching you. You're pacing around. You're reacting to everybody's answers. How's it going? Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Laguna Hills, California. Things are going great because I'm with friends and answering trivia questions, and I'm really intimidated because all of them are doing very well.
Well, there's still 30 some points after this round, so hang in there. It's anybody's game so far. Anything you'd like to plug, promote, talk about?
Nothing to plug, but my job is I'm a product manager at a popular user-generated content site, and so I am just all about the creators. I love my job because my job is empowering creators, and I love being on a show like this to see people create things. And I'm just so happy and blessed to be here.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. And definitely, we always appreciate the DIY creators. Most of our guests on the show are actually small independent podcasters. So I'm glad, especially you recognizing that means a lot to me. But that doesn't mean I don't want to put you into the hot seat. Are you ready?
It's hot in here. Let's go.
Your 90s movie question. Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage, and Ed Harris appeared in what 1996 action film? And don't worry, it's a multiple choice. Is it Broken Arrow, The Rock, Demolition Man, one of Zabe's favorite, and The Hunt for Red October?
I believe it's The Rock.
The Rock is player 3, correct. The Rock is correct. I'm guessing I might not have typed all the answers correctly this game. Here we go. Our Hawaii question. The Big Island, Hawaii, has volcanic sands of what distinctive color?
I think this is the combination of all colors, but don't grade me on that part. I believe they have black sand beaches.
Or if you're a scientist, it could be the absence of all color.
The absence of all
black
color.
is correct. And that happened in June question. What new cabinet did George W. Bush propose in June of 2002?
It says propose. We were in the aftermath of 9/11. He definitely did the Homeland Security, and I believe that's a cabinet post. And I'm seeing stuff in the chat that's saying nope.
You're saying nope to the things in the chat, or nope to the answer you're about to give?
Well, the answer I'm about to give is some sort of space force.
Is that the answer you want to give?
Yes.
You're going with Space Force. Space Force is incorrect. It was Department of Homeland Security. They talked you out of it in the chat. Yeah. Thanks, Robert.
These are such wily people. I love it. I love it.
All right.
Absolutely. Has that happened before? This is amazing. I love that.
Our 5-point bonus question. I'm going to put 10 seconds on the clock. You have 10 seconds to tell me 5 things, and I need you to tell me 5 ways to say goodbye and go.
Aloha. See you later. Bye. Farewell. Welp, see you later. Or if that's too duplicative, then damn it.
Yeah,
what was a movie reference?
As long as you had a comma after Welp, I'll give you both. You got 5 points. Let's go to that scoreboard to see how we're going into the final round. It is a much closer game. Only 3 points separating first and second place. We have Keith with 11, Robert and Zabe tied with 8. And as you know, in this final round, we have 30 points available. And in this round, it's a video round, and I'm going to play a series of 10 different videos with a very vague question. Who am I? What am I? Where am I? And then I'll start to play a series of clues. If you buzz in with your buzzers I've asked you to bring, on the first clue, that's worth 3 points. The second clue is worth 2 points, and the third clue is worth 1 point. If you're right, you're going to earn those points, but if you're wrong, way to say goodbye. Say sayonara to those points. You will lose that point value. Now, I've asked each of my guests to bring in their own buzzers. Let's start with Keith. Keith, let's hear your buzzer. He's got the Family Feud buzzer, I think, or the Food Family. And the Zabe.
69, dude.
He's got the Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure. And Robert, he's got the tsunami warning, I think.
Come on, Jeff. You don't know what that sound is?
Maybe he's never been on the bridge.
Oh, is that a Star Trek? I was never a Star Trek guy.
You're missing out.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, Keith don't like me anymore. He's like, yeah, bye. All right, he should get back because we're gonna start the video round. There he is. All right. I'm looking for a music superstar. Now remember, sometimes my questions and my answers and my pictures, they may or may not match, but they also may match. So keep that in mind too. His first band was called Bluesology. And if you look on the right side, a little timer, you know how much time you have left for this 3-point value. That is Robert.
It's Elton John.
Elton John is correct for 3 points right out the gate on the first clue of the first question.
Robert knows everything about music, so we're screwed if the rest are music questions.
Let's go to that next question. Which successful pop artist? I tell you, Robert paid $50 for the questions tonight. Oh, he's pre-buzzing. Is that he co-wrote the charity single "We Are the World" with
No, that was an
Lionel
accident.
Richie.
Sorry.
Zabe.
I'm just gonna
As
blurt
a
out Michael
highlight.
Jackson then and hope I get the points.
For 3 points. Wait, who buzzed it? Who did that? Michael Jackson is correct. My guests brought their own wrong buzzers. They're really going to confuse me this round. All right, here we go. We're looking for a classic game. Which classic game? Everybody has a chance this time. It's not music related. The first world champions of this game played in 1886. That is Keith.
I'm gonna go with cricket.
Cricket is incorrect. Incorrect. Our second clue for 2 points. It is played on 64 squares. Keith.
Chess.
Chess is correct. It only cost you 1 point. Then you can buzz in multiple times. There's no, but if everybody keeps buzzing in on the first clue, then it won't matter. But you can buzz in as often as you want, as many times as you like.
I was about to say checkers.
I'm looking for which type of craft, not necessarily witchcraft. It is originally a form of traditional Japanese folk art, which was popularized in Europe in the mid 1900s. Our second clue for 2 points. Cutting and gluing are not used in this paper-related craft. Keith.
Origami.
Origami is correct. All right, 6 questions remaining. 18 points total. I'm looking for a famous piece of clothing. The original design of the garment has been changed over the years. The rivet at the bottom of the crotch conducted too much heat. I think that was Keith had the first buzz.
I think there may be some delay with Robert, but I'll take it, and then we'll sort it out with the engineers backstage.
The historical record.
I believe this is Levi jeans.
Levi's 501 jeans are correct.
I want to
Be a
issue
cowboy?
No, I want to issue a complaint. Keith didn't say 501 jeans. He just said Levi jeans.
Pedantic judges are not.
Are we really gonna lower the standards of this
Have you
show?
Have you seen this show before? This is the show where we lower standards. Like, you didn't complain that Keith got an extra point for naming where an earthworm was from. And I think I gave Robert bonus points somewhere too. I think you're just upset because I haven't given Zabe any
I'm only
points yet.
joking.
Yeah, Zabe wants a bonus points. He's like, "Where's my points?"
Let's
I got some
hope
points on that
that
tonight.
Robert. Let's hope
Yeah.
that Robert rejoins and is on the same, the same latency that we have. I feel like his computer was hosted on the moon. Let's get him. Here he comes.
There he is. He's back. Robert, how's it sounding now?
I don't know.
Okay. I think it's a little better. Let's go over to that scoreboard. Zabe and Robert tied at 11. Keith with 12, 1 point advantage with 5 questions remaining. We're halfway through. We have 15 points remaining. It is still anybody's game, and I'm looking for a material. Is it a material girl?
Madonna. Sorry.
This material has a weight and a tooth. What material has a weight and a tooth? This material is one of numerous inventions made by the Chinese. And our third clue, it is mostly made of wood and used in origami.
69, kids!
Zabe,
I mean, paper.
paper is correct. Now I feel like we've leveled. Everybody's got their bonus point, right?
Bonus point. I earned that sucker.
Well, I added the extra clue because I'm looking for a what?
Oh.
What am I? Am I a scared little kitten? It took 2,700 years to build me. What am I? Our second clue for 2 points. I've been called the longest cemetery in the world with 1 million people who died while making me. That is Keith.
69, dudes!
Is that the Great Wall of China?
The Great Wall of China for 2 points is correct. Correct.
Good one, Keith.
Let's go back to a category made for Robert. Who am I? Who am I? My interview with Diane Sawyer was the highest rated interview in television history. Dun, dun, dun. Our second clue for 2 points. I am the only artist to have 7 consecutive #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100. And our third clue for 1 point. I was in 4 movies, including The Preacher's Wife and The Bodyguard. Zabe.
That is R.I.P. Whitney Houston.
R.I.P. Whitney Houston is correct. Correct. 2 questions remaining. Where am I? Where am I? You can always pre-guess if you want to guess. I could be anywhere. I am the second widest state. The second widest. Our second clue for 2 points. Parts of me receive more snow than Chicago. That is Keith.
I'm going to go with Montana.
Montana is incorrect. That'll cost you 2 points.
I was thinking
And
the
our
same thing,
third
Keith.
clue. Our third clue for 1 point. This is the only state to grow coffee, famous for tourism, and has black sand.
69, dudes!
Zabe, did we learn anything this show?
Finally learned something. Yes, Hawaii is my guess.
Hawaii is correct for the callback of the night. And our final clue for 3 points. What am I? What am I? Am I a baby seal stuck on the sand? Am I a schoolyard? I cause children to lose 2.8 million days of school per year. What am I? The term nitpick refers directly to me.
69, dudes!
I heard Keith first.
Lice.
Lice is correct. Keith, was it enough to come back in the end? Let's go to that scoreboard. We have a very close game. Keith with 15 points, Zabe with 14, and Robert, who we're going to have back because of technical difficulties. Robert was crushing it. We had some lag issues here. Robert with 11 points, still a great showing for not even being able to play. He's only 1 question away from winning. Keith, congratulations. Let's hear that theme music and dance our way out of here.